We are child focused, and so we focus on children, essentially. But it doesn't mean that we don't engage with other stakeholders and other issues that relates to the environment of the child. For the past 20 years, 16,000 plus young people have gone through the program. And when we say they've gone through the program, they came into the program sometimes at the age of 2 years, 3 years. And we work alongside them with their families and their church partners. And by the grace of God, a number of them have secured education, a number of them have their own employment. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have teachers, we have businessmen and businesswomen who have emerged out of this program. And we think it calls for celebration because, like Portia said, it's not just a seed that was sown some 20 years ago. It is no longer that seed, but it is now a tree that is bearing fruit and bringing change and transformation in the lives of many other children across the country. And in the course of this work, we have seen what works. We have seen what doesn't work. We have seen what is taking away the future of a lot of children. And it is part of the reason why we are gathered here today to speak about the issue of Galamsey. The issue of Galamsey. I had the opportunity in part of my travels to meet a young man who gave me a bit of education on what actually prevails in some of these communities. He called himself the shooter. That was the first time I got to know that there was actually a job description called a shooter. And what it means is that you actually have the job of having to hold a high pressure post, sitting in very dangerous positions, and having to direct it in places where sand and other things are coming, just so they will be able to separate the mud. I mean, as part of the refinery process in their own way. Beyond that experience, what he shared with me as having gone through the health implications he was dealing with, and it revealed to me even the migration dimension of the whole Galamsey issue. He had moved from a very family somewhere around Bobikuma to as far back as Papa, just to be able to do that. There are many who have lost their lives as a result of this. When I read the news story Portia talked about, I wondered, what is the foundation of that young man making the money? What is the foundation? For him, it is we make the money now, then we develop it. So to him, education is meaningless as long as he can make the money now. There are many who have lost their lives as a result of this. When you read on and reports and many others, it tells you how it is depriving of people of education. In fact, in some of the communities, mining communities, when you read some of the research reports, you are told that just about 33% of children are enrolled in schools, compared to the national average of about 95%. So it is robbing us of the future. We connect with the whole conversation around sustainable development. So what is development without the sustainability element? And what does that mean? We know there has been a lot of clarion call, a lot of conversation, a lot of organizations who have added their voices in calling on government to ensure that we are taking a more proactive and a responsible approach to address it. It calls for multi-stakeholder approach, multi-stakeholder interventions to ensure that we are really tackling these issues head on. And today is part of giving us that opportunity and space to see and hear some of the issues also about these issues also through the lens and the eyes of children and youth. How is it affecting them? What does that mean for the future that we are striving to develop and to keep? And how do we collaborate as stakeholders to ensure that we are actually addressing